for you so you can see exactly what we're talking about. This is for a possible rotation in that storm right there where that circle is on your screen. It's a little bitty piece of stronger rotation in there. The green shows weak rotation, but this red piece right there, that shows us there is some strong rotation mixed in there. This severe thunderstorm warning does have a tornado possible tag on it, so we have to keep our eye on possible rotation, especially as it gets closer and closer to Shelby County, because that was one of the things that we've been watching for with this storm system, is kind of what happens behind the time. So that is something that we have to keep our eye on once again. So let's take another look, because we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning. This is for Crittenden County in Arkansas. They expired you all, Mississippi, Arkansas, and Poinsett, Arkansas. So they took some of you all out of the warning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this screen a little bit smaller for me so we can see the alerts and what is actually going on outside, because this is another good tool that we need to use. So the yellow on your screen is the tornado watch. The orange boxes, those 3 orange boxes that are back to back to back, that is your severe thunderstorm warning, and it does include portions of Shelby County. And as the line of the storm continues to push through, we're going to see more of these severe thunderstorm warnings issued. And like I said, it does include Shelby County. So you're probably, if you're just now joining us, if you're trying to figure out why your weather radio is going off, that will be why, because there is that severe thunderstorm threat in the northern part of Shelby County. It just has not arrived just yet. So I'm going to do another storm track on this storm so that we can see exactly who should be concerned and where the concern is. So this is what we call our squall line track. So we'll see exactly where we should be going here. And the storm is moving around this fast. So once again, time now is around 10:59 p.m. So Drummond's, this storm is right on top of you, especially the strongest line of the winds. Millington at 11:09, Rosemark at 11:14 p.m., Nutbush at 11:19 p.m., Arlington at 11:25, Brownsville at 11:32 p.m., Oakland at 11:39 p.m., Humboldt at 11:41 p.m., Whiteville at 11:50, and Jackson at 11:57 p.m. So this storm is continuing to push eastward. So if you are in these counties, you definitely want to make sure that you are paying very close attention to what is happening with this storm system, because it is serious, especially when we're talking about winds that are greater than 60 miles an hour. We definitely had some power outages earlier today, and that's something that we should definitely keep our eye on, is more possible power outages as this storm gets closer and closer to Shelby County. What you just saw was one of those severe thunderstorm warnings drop out, which is good news, because it shows that along that first line of the storms, where those winds are the highest, that's where our greatest concern is. Then once that passes through, it's a rain threat. So that's good news that they are removing some of these counties from some of the severe thunderstorm warnings. So I'm going to zoom out just a little bit more so we can see exactly what we're talking about and what we are looking for in this storm system. This is our entire viewing area. North Mississippi is not getting any rainfall at all. The strongest of the storm is here, and it's covering for Shelby County and portions of Arkansas. You can see that Mississippi County and Arkansas is still in there, Tipton County and Tennessee, as well as Fayette and Hardeman counties. You all are all included in this, and parts of Haywood County. So if you live in that area, your severe weather alerts are probably going off on your phone. Your weather radio is probably going off if you have one of those at home. So you need to take it seriously, especially we're talking about an overnight threat. We've had so much severe weather here in the last few weeks and the last few months, to be honest with you, that the biggest threat will be dead trees that could be still blowing over. We see it all the time. Tree limbs down, trees down that are already dead. So it's definitely important that you stay away from those windows and try to treat it as a possible tornado, just so that you are safe, especially in the overnight hours when you cannot see outside. I know there's probably a lot of rainfall happening right there. And like I said, if you live in Shelby County, you're probably thinking, okay, there's a warning, but there's no rain yet. Well, it is definitely on the way. So as of right now, there is a special weather statement, but this is for Dyer County, and that is in northern Tennessee. But as of right now, you all are not part of this real immediate threat for the severe weather. I'm going to draw another storm track on this storm here so that we all can keep a storm track on there. We like to have them here at ABC 24. And some of these places are actually going to be a little bit outside of this severe thunderstorm warning, which is a great heads up, especially like if you live in Stanton and Somerville and portions of Arlington. Definitely something we have to keep our eye on. But Atoka at 11:06 p.m. and it's 11:02. So if you live in Atoka or you know someone who lives in Atoka, you definitely want to make sure that they are in a good place, that they have their phones charged and ready to go. Millington at 11:09 p.m., Rosemark at 11:12 p.m., Nutbush at 11:20, Arlington at 11:24, Stanton at 11:27 p.m., Brownsville at 11:33, Oakland at 11:38 p.m., Somerville at 11:42 p.m., and Whiteville at 11:48 p.m. That's the latest storm track on this storm. And I know there's a lot of stuff on the screen right now, but we want to make sure that everyone knows exactly where this storm is headed. It looks like all of Shelby County probably will not be included in the next severe thunderstorm warning. Portions are, especially if you live in northern Shelby County. So keep that in mind. Like I just called out Arlington, there is a possible threat for you all to have that high wind factor as well. The good news is for those people that were wondering about that tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning, we're starting to see that storm kind of weaken just a little bit, and the worst part of that is moving eastward still as well. So I'm going to clear some of this stuff off of our screen so that we can have a better look, and we're going to do a little bit more of digging to see what kind of storm threats that we are looking for as of right now. And like I said, whenever we see possible tornado or rotation involved in any of these storms, that is very concerning for us, especially since the atmosphere is just so ripe for strong to severe thunderstorms. We have to be very careful, and we have to make sure that people are aware of what's going on. But whenever we see numbers like this is winds aloft, so that does not mean that the winds are reaching the ground. That shows us the winds are not that strong in that area, but the radar does indicate that those winds could be near 60 miles an hour, especially on the ground. So you need to make sure that you are in that safe place, because we've seen damage, especially here in Shelby County, with less than 60 miles an hour winds, if we're being honest. So, and that's including power outages, that's including trees down and anything like that. So keep that in mind. I know it's dark outside, but if we could maybe pull up some kind of traffic camera to see what's going on out there. Maybe the winds are blowing, especially along I-55, maybe near I-40, kind of ahead of the storm. Maybe keep an eye on some of those traffic cameras to see what's going on out there as well. So what they're talking about right now is in Lauderdale County, watching to see if there is a wind signature there, and the hail core looks like it's picking back up. So what we'll do is we'll put on another hail track for you. And that is exactly right. So this looks like Tipton and Lauderdale County definitely could be seeing a little bit of hail, very little bit there in Tipton County, but definitely seeing some hail possible, small size in that area. So this is our hail track. So this storm has definitely carried some hail with it. Wherever you see this blue on your screen, definitely seeing some larger size hail. And we did see in Jonesboro, Arkansas, hail that was the size of a ping pong. So that could definitely cause some damage. Unfortunately, with hail, there's really not much that you can do about that, because the only thing you can do is park your car under somewhere, try to save it as much as possible. But hail is just going to honestly do what it's going to do. So it's something that you just kind of have to wait out and see. Now here's a look at our rotation tracks. We're not seeing any major rotation. And as I turn on even more what we call our shear, we're not seeing that little itty bitty red spigot that we saw earlier. That was showing stronger rotation. As of right now, we're looking at weak rotation, which is great. So this is just a normal severe thunderstorm warning once again. And I'll zoom back out just a little bit. Now we're starting to hear a little bit of heavy rainfall here in our studios in Bartlett. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit to see what's going on there. We are not included. So if you live in Bartlett, we are not included in the severe thunderstorm warning. That is actually to the north of us. So this is Highway 64 and I-40. So this is close to the flyover. You can see some heavy rainfall there, but not included in the warning, because as of right now, the National Weather Service probably just hasn't issued it out in front of this storm. I'm going to put another storm track on it because I think it's very important for us to keep the storm track on at all times so that we can know exactly who could be impacted and where this storm could be impacting us. And it's going to go out further than the actual severe thunderstorm warning. So just keep that in mind as well. So Millington at 11:06 p.m. and just for time reference, it is 11:07. So if you're in Millington, you're definitely probably hearing the wind pick up. You're hearing the rainfall approaching the area. Rosemark at 11:11 p.m. Mason at 11:21 p.m. Bartlett at 11:22 p.m. Brownsville at 11:28 p.m. Fisherville at 11:36 p.m. Somerville at 11:42 p.m. Huntersville at 11:46 p.m., Whiteville at 11:48 p.m., and Jackson at 11:56 p.m. So lots of rainfall, heavy winds, high winds definitely coming your way, and that is for everywhere that I just read out. So we just got a new bulletin here, so we'll read it out to you. We will read it together to see what it says. This is a new severe thunderstorm warning. They continued it. It is for Crittenden County in Arkansas, Crockett County, Tipton County, Dyer County in Tennessee, Fayette County in Tennessee, Lauderdale County, Haywood County, Shelby County, and this is going to go into effect until 11:30 tonight, and definitely still seeing some very high winds. This storm is moving around 55 miles an hour, and it's located near or over Ripley, Tennessee, and it is saying that we could be seeing some quarter-size hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. So with hail being around quarter size, that does tell us that we could be seeing some possible hail damage. So definitely probably hearing that hail bouncing off your window, definitely not a good thing to know that is happening outside. And it's dark, so we do not suggest that you go outside right now because you don't know what kind of storm threats you are talking about or looking at even. So I'm gonna clear this off our screen once again, and I think it's very important that we reiterate that you need to make sure that you're weather aware. So if this storm has not gotten to you yet, go ahead and charge your devices. We're talking about winds around 60 miles an hour, and we've seen this multiple times this summer where winds come through, they blow over those trees and they break those power poles literally at the base, and that's why we have so many power outages here. So please make sure that you are taking this threat seriously and that you are taking the precautions that you need to take so that you and your family are safe at this time. And I'll do another zoom out so we can see what exactly we're looking at too across the rest of the Mid-South. Like I said, if you're in North Mississippi and you're trying to watch Jimmy Kimmel, you're probably trying to figure out what's going on because there's no rainfall at all and you're not hearing the wind at all outside your window. We're watching this cluster of storms that is moving through portions of Tennessee, a little bit in Arkansas, but mostly a rain threat in Arkansas. So it's definitely important that you all stay informed and stay up to date with what is going on here across the Mid-South. So we're going to see is our storm energy. I like to see this so we can see what's going on. And this is great news for us, in fact, if I'm being quite honest. So earlier this evening, we were looking at the storm energy. We were seeing a lot of it covered in parts of our Arkansas counties, and that does include Cross and St. Francis and Lee counties in Arkansas. As of right now, you can see that the atmosphere is relaxing a little bit, and that's what we like to see. That means that if you are in this red area, we're starting to see probably rain out in front of this storm system, which is going to allow it to kind of be settled and see these storms kind of weaken just a little bit. If we saw all yellow here on this screen, that would be very, very concerning for us because that would tell us that the storm energy is very great, and we use positive words to describe weather things, and unfortunately when we say great, that is not a good thing either. So here's a little bit more about what they are saying. They did update the warning to trim some of it out of it, and they added quarter-sized hail. So let's go back and we're going to pull up our radar once again, and we're going to zoom into this storm system specifically so that we can see exactly what we're talking about, because like I said, it is very important that we know what's going on and what the greatest part of the storm system is. So here's a zoom in for you. So if you're in Hillville, you definitely want to make sure that you are preparing for this storm to be headed your way. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit and put another storm track on here. Like I said, the main concern out in front of this storm, like I said, very high winds, and now we're talking about the hail threat coming back. So first we're going to attack the storm movement and who all needs to be prepared for this storm to arrive. So Rosemark at 11:13 p.m. It's 11:11 right now. So Rosemark at 11:13 p.m., Bolton at 11:17 p.m., Brownsville at 11:27, Hickory Wythe at 11:32 p.m., Oakland at 11:36 p.m., Somerville at 11:43, Whiteville at 11:47 p.m., Newcastle at 11:53 p.m., Bolivar at 11:59 p.m., and Hickory Valley at 12:01 a.m. You can see the storm system is carrying over into the night, which is what we anticipated it will be when I called out your town. If I just said your town on air, that means that you need to be anticipating these high winds to be coming your way. So just take a step back from the window, at least for 30 minutes. I know you could be hearing the rainfall right now, and you could just have turned us on to see what was going on. Just take a step back. Take a step away from the window and see what is happening outside so that you are aware. As of right now, like I said, hail is another concern. So we're going to clear off this storm track here, and we're going to take another look at our hail possibility. And it still looks like the same place is getting some hail, and that would be in Lauderdale County here. So Lauderdale is probably getting a lot of hail. So if you live in Lauderdale, unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about that at 11:12 p.m. But hopefully your car is covered right now. Hail was definitely one of our threats that we were keeping our eye on. And here's a look at our hail track. So this is for those people who have not gotten the storm system yet. This tells us that this storm is capable of producing hail. And in Lauderdale County, we're seeing maybe even some possible large size hail. The National Weather Service went ahead and said that there could be some possible quarter size hail. So that is definitely something that we will have to keep our eye on, and something that we have to make sure that we'll be watching, because hail can do some pretty bad damage, and unfortunately there's not much that you can do about it. Here's a look at our lightning strikes. If you have been watching ABC 24 this evening and even late tonight, you saw that there had been a lightning strike to a home. We saw a fire caused from it. So there's a lot of lightning right now. I know that is a lot of lightning, but that is there at Lauderdale County and Tipton County as well. Literally in Lauderdale County, you're getting hail and a lot of lightning strikes. So once again, I can't stress this enough. Go ahead and back away from those windows if you are in Lauderdale County. I know it's probably really coming down there, and you're probably hearing the high winds and the heavy rainfall. And unfortunately, there's more rainfall coming behind it, but at least the storm is not as active. You're looking at just a normal rainfall event there at that time. But this is the portion of the storm that was really very, very strong. We're seeing some hail tracks there, hail that could be around the size of a quarter, and we're seeing a lot of lightning strikes as well. So we'll take the lightning strikes off to make things a little bit calmer for you so you can see what's going on. And we'll take a look at our hail track again. The hail is definitely very interesting, and now it looks like it's picking up just a little bit. In fact, I'm going to try to query this so we can get a little bit more information. Our radar is saying that there could be around 1-inch size hail. So that's around almost golf ball size, a little bit greater than ping pong size hail. So that's definitely could be causing some damage, and the latest scan just took that down just a little bit. That doesn't mean that that did not happen. That just means that with the latest scan of the radar, we're seeing that hail kind of scaled back just a little bit. So a lot to unpack tonight. I want to pull back up these alerts too, because this is also a big part of the weather story. There is a tornado watch in effect for most of the Mid-South, and that is until 4 o'clock in the morning. So we are definitely planning on continuing to watch these storms overnight and into your Thursday morning until we actually figure out and feel like this is a safe time to let some of these warnings and watches expire. Back behind us to the west, you see this gray area here on your screen. That was a tornado watch, so they did clear some of those counties. But here in our viewing area, we are all, except for Coahoma and Quitman and also Phillips County in Arkansas, we are all under that tornado watch until 4 a.m. And unfortunately, that's not our only threat. We also have a flash flood watch in effect until 4 a.m. So a lot to unpack here in the Mid-South over the next few hours. So let's read the latest bulletin here from the National Weather Service. We'll read it together. Strong storms. This is a special weather statement here. So strong storms are going to be impacting and continuing to impact. This is going to be for Crittenden County, St. Francis County, Phillips County, Lee County, and Crittenden County in Arkansas. Tunica, Marshall, DeSoto, Benton, Panola, Tate in Mississippi, and Fayette and Shelby counties. And this is going to be until 11:45. So they didn't go with the severe thunderstorm warning. They went with a special weather statement. So what that tells me is that the winds aren't high enough, which means they'd have to be greater than 57 miles an hour. The hail is not great enough, which means that it's definitely less than a quarter size to increase and go ahead and go with the severe thunderstorm warning. Still a strong storm that's moving down in that area, and we'll zoom in down there while we are on the air. And I'm assuming that they're talking about what is happening along the front of this storm here, and I'll draw a line so that we can see exactly what we are talking about. So right in this area where this line is on your screen, this is where they did the special weather statement saying that this line of storms is also strong, just does not meet that severe weather criteria. So if you live in that area or if you know someone that's in that area, please make sure that you give them a call as well and tell them, hey, the weather's going to be bad there for at least the next 30 to 45 minutes. There's your fair heads up. Let's put another storm track on it. I do like my storm tracks. I like for people to know exactly what's going on. It's not a tornado warning, so I'm not going to do street level view tonight because I don't want anyone to get in a panic. I do want you to know that the winds will be high, but we're not here to scare anybody. We just want to make sure that you are informed of what's happening outside. And if you're just joining us, there is a severe thunderstorm warning for Shelby County and other counties in Tennessee. So some of our Arkansas counties have been trimmed back, but this is all for that same system that we've been watching very, very intensely. So here's the latest storm track on here. This is 11:20 for Mason, 11:26 for Brownsville, 11:33 for Hickory Wythe, 11:38 for Oakland, 11:45 for Whiteville, 11:53 for Williston, 11:55 for Jackson, and 12:03 a.m. for Pinson, 12:09 a.m. for Henderson, and 12:11 for Luray. So if you are in that area, definitely anticipating some high winds. Some of these places, as you can see, Brownsville, Williston, Pinson, Henderson, Jackson, and once again, this is for Tennessee. You all are not included in the severe thunderstorm warning just yet. But I would not be surprised if they went ahead and they issued a new one that included portions in front of this storm system. As of right now, they have not indicated that they are going to issue one, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did. So as of right now, it looks like we could be seeing around 51-mile-an-hour winds in some portions of this making it to the surface. So that's also a concern because the ground is so wet. In fact, let's take a look here and see what our rainfall totals have been in the last 24 hours. It was around 2 inches here in the Mid-South, but I am probably certain that that number has gone up just a little bit. Definitely around 2.5 inches in some parts of Shelby County, especially where that rainfall is falling right now. So that tells me that there's a lot of rainfall coming. If we're talking about 50 to 60-mile-an-hour winds plus greater than 2 inches of rain, definitely anticipating some trees down and some possible power outages. So definitely want to make sure for those in the back that we're paying close attention for some possible power outages as well here in Shelby County, especially along North Shelby County. So I'll take a zoom out here, take a little step back. Let's reset, let's regroup and see what's going on. This is a look at our entire radar, our entire viewing area. Most of us are dry right now, so if you're wondering why is she on TV, it's because we are looking at this severe thunderstorm warning. That is a large warning, and it covers multiple counties, including Shelby County. And until we feel that people in Shelby County are in the clear, we will make sure that you all are informed of exactly what is going on. So as of right now, this warning does expire in around 9 to 10 minutes. So the National Weather Service is kind of toying with the idea of maybe letting it expire, which is good news. That means that we're starting to see things weaken just a little bit. In fact, let's take another look at that storm energy. I like this. This this is very, very telling for us here in the Mid-South, especially when we talk about how worked over the atmosphere is. As of right now, this is our latest scan with this storm energy, and you can see the yellow in our area. Some of us are still very ripe for some of these storms to be severe. Now, we do have a severe weather policy, so we will stay on for Shelby County. That doesn't mean that if you live in other spaces across the Mid-South to let your guard down. That just means that you need to make sure you're weather aware, because some of these storms could continue to have some high winds, heavy rainfall, and some possible hail. Speaking of hail, let's take another look to see if this storm is still continuing to produce some hail. And with the latest scan, it still looks like here in Lauderdale County and crossing Fayette County really closely, you could be seeing some possible hail there as well, maybe a little bit in Haywood. So make sure that you are weather aware. And I know if some people are coming home, a lot of people have to go to work. You might know someone who works third shift overnight. Tell them, hey, just wait out the storm a little bit. It's better to be a little bit late than to get caught in the worst part of this storm. Here's a look at our hail track. So definitely seeing some possible hail involved with this storm. I wouldn't be surprised if we started seeing some hail alerts. As of right now, we're not seeing any in our weather chat. There was some, and that was earlier this evening, and that was close to Bono, and that was when we saw that hail size that was around ping pong. And that is definitely concerning because that can do some damage. And if I query here to see what this hail size could be, as of right now, it's a little bit less than an inch, which is what we like to see. But anything that is a quarter or greater, that lets us know that that is severe size hail. So even though this is a little bit greater than half an inch, still seeing some really big hail size with this storm. And we're here in the studio. As of right now here in Bartlett, we're not hearing heavy rainfall, but that doesn't mean it's not raining. Here's a look at our latest scan with this storm system. As of right now, it looks like heavy rainfall is still the main concern. If I look at our rotation detector, this is great news. Earlier, we did see some strong rotation involved in there, but as of right now, we're not seeing any at all. That is great news, and that's what we like to hear here in the Mid-South. We don't want to be reporting that we're seeing strong rotation. That's not what we want to do. We want to make sure that people are informed and not scared. So as of right now, this is just a normal severe thunderstorm warning, and it does involve Shelby County as well. In fact, I'll go ahead and call out the other counties as well. Mississippi and Tipton County, Lauderdale, Dyer, Crittenden County, and this is all until 11:30 tonight. So it is going to expire in less than 5 minutes. So we should be seeing maybe them scale it back just a little bit. So as I look around, it does look like this storm is getting a little bit weaker, which is great news for us. So I'm going to zoom out one more time so that we can do a full reset before they take this severe thunderstorm warning out, and so that we can talk a little bit about what's going on. So across the Mid-South, some of us are dry, especially if you live in North Mississippi. If you live in Tennessee, you're definitely hearing some rainfall, maybe some high winds, maybe even a few rumbles of thunder. And in fact, some of us even saw some lightning. I'll turn the lightning on really quickly, still causing a lot of lightning in Lauderdale and in Haywood counties as well. You can see this big patch of lightning. In fact, I'll circle it there for you on your screen. Definitely cause for concern. We've already seen a few houses this evening that were hit by some lightning and caused a lot of damage. So you want to make sure that you're taking these storms seriously and make sure that you have a plan in place. And like our firefighter that we talked to earlier today said, as soon as you smell smoke, you need to call 911, even if you're not sure. It's better to go ahead and call them out there so that they can get underway and try to save your home as quick as possible, especially when you're dealing with lightning. So the big part of this storm is the winds, high winds. We've been saying that all evening long that was going to be our main concern for this. As of right now, it looks like the Millington Airport is reporting 30-mile-an-hour winds, which is great. So eventually, probably in the next 5 minutes or so, they're going to let this severe thunderstorm warning probably expire. But I'm going to put another track on it while we wait for that to happen, because I do want everyone to be informed of where this storm could be headed. And I know a lot of we've been calling out these town names for quite some time, but we just want to make sure that everyone is aware. So Brownsville at 11:28 p.m., Fisherville at 11:37 p.m., Somerville at 11:42 p.m., Whiteville 11:44 p.m., Jackson, this is in Tennessee now, this is at 11:55 p.m., Moscow at 11:56 p.m., Pinson at 12:05 a.m., Henderson at 12:12 a.m., Bethel Springs at 12:19 a.m., and Selmer at 12:23 a.m. So that is where we are noticing where these highest winds will be involved. And I know a lot of people are not involved in this severe thunderstorm warning. However, this storm system still could be producing some very high winds as it continues to push off to the east. So this is our newest bulletin, and like I said, that's exactly what they did. They canceled this severe thunderstorm warning, but we're going to stay on the air until they completely take it away. So this one right here, this big yellow blob on your screen, that is the severe thunderstorm warning, and it was for Shelby County, and it was also for Dyer County, Fayette County, Haywood County, Lauderdale County, Tipton County, Crockett County, Crittenden, and Mississippi counties in Arkansas. That has been taken away. So let's do a little bit of a reset and let's talk a little bit about storm threats and what we can expect. So this is the biggest part of our weather story as well. They decided to go with a tornado watch instead of a severe thunderstorm watch. So this is what we are dealing with until 4 a.m., this tornado watch. There is a thunderstorm warning, severe thunderstorm warning right now, but they just expired that. So in the next few minutes or so, we're going to see them take that off and that won't be on your screen anymore. But this tornado watch is going to be in effect until 4 a.m. Now, what could happen is they could expire it a little early. Most of the time, they issue the watches ahead of time. So they issue it with plenty of time to go ahead and kind of prepare you for possible storms. That doesn't mean it's going to last until 4 a.m., but there is a possibility. So that's what they went with this tornado watch. So we also were in a level 3 today. We're going to start to see this kind of scale back as well. There's not a severe weather outlook for your Thursday, which is great news. So if you have any Thursday plans, some of us could be seeing some leftover rainfall, but that's it. We're not looking at severe weather as a chance at all. But here's another look at your radar until they take this severe thunderstorm warning off of here completely. The rainfall is going to continue. This storm system is going to continue to push off to the east. And when it does that, the wind still could be high. The rainfall will definitely still be heavy. And like I said, we've gotten so much rainfall here, especially north of Mississippi here in Tennessee. We've gotten almost 2.5 inches in some places. It's very, very important that you keep that in mind as you plan the rest of your day, especially if you have to leave early in the morning, if you're just kind of waking up to see what's going on. If you're just joining us, make sure that you're being weather aware because we could be seeing some possible ponding on the roadways, especially with so much rainfall falling right now. The winds as of right now look like they're diminishing just a little bit, which means that they're settling down. We're not seeing that 60 to 70 mile an hour wind threat, which is great news for us, but heavy rainfall still continuing. And this part of the storm, this leading edge, in fact, I'll draw it on there for you so that you all can see exactly where we're talking about. But this leading edge right here, that will continue to push off to the east. And as it does, some of the winds could still be on the stronger side. So we could still see some severe thunderstorm warnings issued. We just cut in, and we always cut into programming for one here in Shelby County. So we just want to make sure that you are aware. Now, they just took away that severe thunderstorm warning for Shelby County. So as of right now, we don't have any warnings, but we are still under that tornado watch. And I'll give you another look at that. And like I said, it is still until 4 a.m. and it includes the entire Mid-South other than Phillips, Coahoma, and Quitman counties, and that is in Arkansas as well as in North Mississippi. So very imperative that you continue to keep multiple ways to get notifications. Make sure that you have multiple ways to have anything in case your power goes down. Put your push light next to your bed, flashlights, whatever you need in case the power does go out. But we're going to keep you updated here, and we will stay on the air if there is another severe thunderstorm thunderstorm warning issued for Shelby County. As of right now, it looks like things are winding down just a little bit. We're going to keep our eye on the storms. Trevor will be in here a little bit later on, and he will have another look at your most updated forecast, and that's going to be for news for ABC 24 this morning. So keep that in mind as well. But for now, we'll go ahead and return you to programming.